again with our wonderful rabbi. I cannot believe it's now February 2022. We've been through a lot, and I hope all this nonsense will finish soon, but I'm not so sure about that. But we have things to look forward to. We have Purim, then we have Pesach. So there's a lot of happy occasions, happy things to look forward to start planning and preparing. And have a wonderful week, everyone. As you can see, it's freezing here. That's why we dressed for the Arctic, in case you were wondering. And here's our wonderful rabbi to give you his words of wisdom for the week. Rabbi.
Hello, everyone. And our parasha this week is Terumah. It's a new venture in the Torah now, because the Torah is talking about a great fundraiser to collect from the people of Israel so that they can build a sanctuary to God. The Torah begins by saying, דבר בני ישראל ויקחו לי תרומה מאת כל איש אשר ידבנו ליבו תיקחו את תרומתי. That speak to the children of Israel and get a donation from them, from their heart, voluntary, so that they can build a sanctuary when I am going to dwell among them, in every one of them. That's what it means, that V'shachanti betocham, in their heart I will abide. Now, you know, the sanctuary and the Bet HaMikdash afterward, they were these two places for us. It meant so much. It's like having a bank account where you can rely on. Always there is money. You can withdraw spirituality from them. That's what was the Bet HaMikdash. It really engulfed every Jew, wherever they were, if they came to Jerusalem, to just now express themselves that they are going to this place that is full of holiness. That in itself, it gave everyone a boost in their lives, so that they can carry on and feel happy knowing that they are protected. When the Jewish people lost the Bet HaMikdash, they lost Jerusalem, the Bet HaMikdash, and they went into exile, they could not help but feeling they need to replace something of that they had before. And this is the Bet HaKnesset, the synagogue. Now the synagogue, as soon as the Jewish people went into any country, any city, they immediately built the Bet HaKnesset, a synagogue, and the synagogue provided for them many things. One of them was provided for them unity as the people they can encounter there. He provided certain kind of security, the feeling that they were not alone. Also a lot of things, an opportunity to be able to study and to carry on and proceed with their life. That was the center, was the synagogue. But there was one ingredient that was the most important ingredient that was in the synagogue. You know what? As soon as they built the synagogue, there was a kedusha, sanctity, that they felt that it was in there. And the question is, how do you really know to be able to attract and to have the kedusha in the synagogue? With what? I mean, we know how to build things, program so many things, but to create that ambience of kedusha with what? In the Torah itself, the first moment when they were supposed to build the sanctuary, the Torah said, from each person that willingly with their hearts. That means what the kedusha, the ingredient and the catalyst to that kedusha is the heart. God wants our heart and our soul. That means commitment. And this is what created the kedusha in the sanctuary. and in the same thing in the synagogue. Now, we know that the Kedusha is something that is unique, and it's like it's something that energized us when we are in the synagogue. That's what it is. It gives us so many things. And where do we get this Kedusha, this dynamo that it is, the Kedusha? Where do we get it? I mean, we know that when they were in the desert, they had water because of the Zechut of Miriam. They had the manna that came from heaven. But we haven't heard that you have laws somewhere there where you have the wood that they employed, because the entire building, beside the gold and everything, but the most important thing that they have, it was the wood, the acacia wood that they used to build the Mishkan itself, to build the Aron. The ark was made out of the acacia wood. The table where there was the showbread was also from there. Where did they get all this wood? They were in the desert. And that's where Rashi gives us the answer. He said that when Jacob, our forefather Yaakov, when he was going to go to emigrate to Egypt, he said once they were in Egypt, the first thing that he did, he planted these trees, the entire forest that he planted in that part of Egypt. And he commanded his children, saying, there is going to be a time, a moment when we are going to leave Egypt. And when we are going to leave Egypt, you make sure that you nurture these trees and make them grow big, and then you take them with you. And that's how they built the Mishkan, with the acacia wood that it was planted and nurtured by the children of Israel and our forefathers. If we would have found acacia wood in the desert, it wouldn't be the same. Why? Because it had the nurturing and the prayer and all the soul and the heart of the people of Jacob and his children and so on. And that would give the Kedusha, when you give the whole that you have, all of you in your heart and in your soul. And this is what we can do as well for us in our synagogue. Is like the Bet HaMikdash Me'at. It's important to be there so that the Kedusha can be there when we are in person, and when we feel that the Bet HaKnesset is part of our life. That will bring Kedusha. And when we give a little bit of those things that are precious to us, and yet we give it. And like, for example, you come even if it is the winter and there is snow, and you go to the synagogue, that it will create a Kedusha. And so we hope that we do constantly better and bringing the Kedusha, and that Kedusha should be the one that will protect us from everything, and we will feel happy with our family. Shabbat Shalom.